Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to the Hookin podcast. Yes,
We're the Hookin podcast. We hook and we pen and we needle too.
I am going to tell you straight up front, I am really tired, so this is going to be interesting.
Because we're the Hookin podcast.
Yes. Welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 212. It is Monday, June 20th, 2016. We are in the PHN Flynn Woman Cave. Mm-hmm. It is Monday, as I said, and it is Eastern Standard Time around 3 o'clock or something like that in the afternoon.
Almost 3. It's the Pen Hookin time.
Pen Hookin time.
Ooh.
I am...
Episode name.
Okay.
Keep talking.
My name is Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico, almost everywhere, unless it's on my writing sites.
In which case she's not.
Then I'm Shadowlight. And you are who?
I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy, and it really is basically everywhere.
For me right now, it really is almost everywhere anyway as well, because I don't do a lot on my writing sites right now.
Well, honestly, people are less likely to have Lady Fernico than they are to have Shadowlight anyway.
Possibly, yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I went Franciscan Gypsy everywhere, because no one has that name.
Want to welcome all new and returning viewers. If you are new, thank you for joining us, for checking us out. We hope you find something you like that will keep you coming back.
Sorry for the noise.
If you are returning, we thank you for rejoining us here at the Woman Cave. Always lovely to see you. And if you are in the shadows, please feel free to come out of the shadows and join us officially so you can be eligible for prizes and for giveaways and all that kind of stuff.
Sorry guys for the technical difficulties last week. I think I might have fixed them. The blurriness is just the camera going in and out of focus. This is a very sensitive camera. It does
autofocus,
mm-hmm. Which sometimes is actually really great, but sometimes it means we get a little blurry. So just apologies. I'm not a technical genius. I just I do the technical end of the podcast.
Pen, needles, hooks, genius?
Pen, hook, and genius.
Okay, where were we? In our mugs, I actually picked up St. Paul today. I can't put it in my other hand because it's too hot, but St. Paul is there. And I have my chai tea. And
I have my Oops, It's a Bunny mug. I do tend to grab this one for the podcast, even though I do drink out of other mugs. Yeah. This is actually probably my mug that I use the most.
Well, I put it in a specific place, and this is the mug I have in the morning, which is usually when I have my tea, and so I go like on autopilot right for that mug, because I try to pick up one of our PHN mugs or something when we're having a podcast, but I forget.
I have Plum Deluxes. I think this is Midnight something. Oh, this was good. This had vanilla in it.
Oh yeah.
It was one of his more recent teas. Sorry, Andy, I can't remember. It has midnight in it.
It was. I think you let me taste it a couple weeks ago.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You said it was like that German one that all the sweet teas taste like.
No, I said it was the British one.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was the British one.
Get it straight. If you're going to quote me correctly.
She says like half the teas taste like one of these two teas.
That is not in fact true.
She totally does.
Okay, we have some new members to welcome officially. We have Patron Knits, and I don't know his name because his name is not on his Ravelry page, but we do welcome him. And PJ Matilda Knits, who is Pam. Welcome, Pam. And Pam heard about us from Crocheting Hookin, from Lara. So we're glad to have you with us.
She's the one on YouTube.
She is on YouTube. She has a podcast, but I'll get to that in a second. So we're glad to have those two new members with us. Yay!
Yay!
I had an article that was recommended to me by Laura Smoot about a yarn dyer who is high-functioning autistic. If you want to know about that, please let me know and I can give you the link. Ty and I were discussing it and I didn't have enough time to ask her permission. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it would have been okay to go ahead and put it, and we're going to lose our
I did do the setting.
There we go. Okay. If you want to read it, we didn't ask permission. It's a public blog. I'm sure it would have been fine, but Talia felt more comfortable not posting the link. So if you want to know about it, I will give it to you.
And it probably would have been fine, but I think it's my healthcare background. Part of me is just going...
It doesn't have anything to do with HIPAA. I have a lot of that with my educational background as well. With the educational background as well, but this is a public forum. It is available to the public. It's not a locked forum.
Contact us privately.
Just contact me if you want it.
Yeah. She's doing it because I had a little
She had a little tizzy fit.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. She actually threw her head back and went, and had to blow in her mouth, so she went, ah!
Now you're making stuff up.
Gush, gush.
Gush, gush, gush.
Okay.
You know no one's going to get that.
No. I'll explain it some other time. When she was a baby.
You'll explain it some other time when I was a baby, so
When
we're
you were
going to
a baby.
go back in time and explain it then.
I am not going to do this with you. I am above it.
I'm just trying to make sure I understand you.
Gush, gush, gush. Okay. I mentioned PJ Matilda Knits, our newest member, who found us through Laura, who is crocheting Hookin. She has a podcast. She calls it a vlog. It makes me smile. She says it doesn't matter what you call it, either way. But she's really sweet. She's very...
I mean, technically it is a vlog.
Yeah, it is. She's absolutely right. She has podcasted for quite a while, is my understanding, but I think she stopped for a while because she's starting over again, and she has 6 episodes up, and I've watched 3. And she's funny because she's very down to earth, and she just kind of wings it. And she dyes, she knits, she paints. I'm not sure what else she does. I've only watched 3 episodes, but she's really fun. She's fun to watch. You might want to keep an eye out on that. If you're looking for a new podcast, that might be one you want to look at. I do want to mention again the Whip It Cow that's being hosted by Crocheting Hookin, who's Laura. It's still going strong. It is from May 1st to July 31st. And
I can't believe we're almost...
Yeah, I know. May 1st through July 31st. The idea is to take out all the plops and whips that you have and work on them. Finish them even. So, and she has a thread open for that, and there are prizes that will be offered. The rules are in her thread. I do not have them. You can check them out, become a member of her group, and take part. It's a lot of fun.
You know, if I was an intelligent person, I'd actually enter things in there.
Uh-huh.
But I'm horrible at interaction.
Well,
horrible.
That's why my stuff, it looks like I'm exploding the board, because all of a sudden I remembered I put 12 things in. So it's like, really?
I am behind like a week's worth of stuff on Rav because I'm just a horrible person.
You are.
You didn't have to agree so quickly.
What?
I'm going to drink my tea. Go back to talking.
Okay. The Toy Along is still going on. That's hosted by the Crochet Kid, who is Brian. He is the Yarnovers podcast. Podcast.
See, y'all know the podcast.
Podcast.
In my horrible attempt for a British accent.
This is his first Cal, and it runs from June 1st to July 31st. Now, he hasn't had a podcast in a while. I think he's probably busy doing some stuff over the summer. But...
And we just completely made that up. We have no idea what he's doing.
No, I just said,
yeah.
I think that's, my conjecture, he's younger. I'm assuming he does things during the summer, unlike me, who I just kind of don't have a life.
There's a summer?
What's a summer?
What's summer?
But anyway, he's really fun to watch, and I hope he gets a podcast up relatively quickly. He does have rules in his group, and, just check them out. He's well worth watching, and I hope he gets back to that when he gets a chance. The cardiac read along is... Oh, let's do the autism...
Well, we're going to talk about Laura's other thing?
What, her
blank.
Yeah, I see that.
I was pointing at show notes, not like at Laura.
No, I know. She's pointing at my notation about the fact that Ronald McDonald House destined toys will be getting double FO credit for the Toy Along in Brian's Toy Along. And that's probably a good plug for Crochet Hookin's. She's doing a... it's not really a toy along. She's gathering toys together for Ronald McDonald House for the kids, the siblings who have siblings in the hospital having cancer treatments and such. And if there's enough extra, I guess they're trying to give them to the
She'd like to
give to everybody. She's trying to get as many together. She's shooting for 20, but she'd like to get more. So if you want to help with that, that would be great. And she has information on that in her group. So that would be really wonderful.
Indeed.
We have the upcoming cardiac read-along. That's in about 2 weeks, because this is the 20th. So we have the 27th. It begins the first week of July. So the 1st of July. So we have about 10 days, I guess. And that will be July 1st to September 30th. And we have a wonderful co-host, Melissa. Y'all know her from the Knitting Games. She is y'all. She's the spicy homemaker, not the spicy mama. Spicy homemaker. She is not a marital counseling podcast or a cooking podcast or anything like that.
Or anything a little bit more...
la la. She's terrific, and she's agreed to do the cardiac along with us. So we're really excited to have her with us. And as I said, it will be running July 1st through September 30th. The rules are basically the same for us as they always are. Although she said she has some ideas. I'm not sure what they are because she hasn't told me yet. You will find out as we do. So,
and as usual, we'll probably be pulling out the, knit red and crochet red books.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
To what?
As prizes, we usually do.
Mm. Yeah, it depends. We've got to be careful because we've done that a couple of years. We'll make sure we don't give doubles.
Right.
So,
and we always ask before we give
We'll ask beforehand, yeah.
But I just feel like it's a good...
Yeah, the crochet red and the knit red.
And we have so many new members that there's got to be somebody who hasn't had it.
That's true. Okay, so that keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye on what you want to do in red. It doesn't have to be fully red. It can be, partially red. So just any shades of red.
I know, Brittany, I haven't messaged from you about some yarn that has to do with the read along, and I'm evil and horrible and haven't gotten back to you yet. I do intend to. Stop agreeing. You did Stanny look.
I don't do... Davina does that really well.
Oh, she actually really does.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, our current along, our 4th annual PHN Autism Awareness Cal, we're in the final stretch. Love all the projects that we're seeing. Love all the chatter. Just amazing stuff. Lots of encouragement. Lots of enabling. Just keep putting your stuff in because you still have about 10 days. And WIPs and FOs count. So put everything in that you can. That's bright colored. Anything that has Heidi's yarn as an FO, Heidi's bright yarn as an FO, gets 2 chances at a prize. Please have some way of showing us that it's Heidi's yarn, a tag of some kind.
I like the way that people have been putting the tags around it.
I do too. That's wonderful. And if it is any of Talia's Franciscan Gypsy designs or any of Laura Crocheting Hoovian's designs as an FO, then those get 2 chances at a prize, as does the weighted lap pad and little bear. Mm-hmm. Either one of those that are finished get double chance for a prize, as does Victoria Blue's Autism Awareness mitts.
Sue, you had a question for me. I'm not sure if the toy you're making was bright colored. If it is, you can put the finished object pictures in the autism thread, but not the...
Oh, yeah, you're talking about... Yeah.
The WIP pictures.
The WIP. Yeah.
You know the project I'm talking about? I will be sending you a private message thing.
Just pretend like it's a test. Just pretend like
it's a test. Yeah.
You can put
Same rules.
Same rules. Okay.
And she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, she knows.
Because I am a horrible person and have not gotten back to her.
Yes, you are.
You are mean.
I am. Okay. I'm not going to go through the prizes this time around, and I already went through I guess I should say who our co-hosts are, just to be clear. Yes. Crocheting Hoovian, who is Laura Concert from the Crocheting Hoovian podcast and the Crochet Allegiance group.
Yeah.
And then also Heidi from Undead Yarn. She's, this is her 2nd or 3rd time with us.
I think it's the 2nd time.
I think it's the 2nd time with her. And, so we are missing one of our co-hosts this year, but she will be back hopefully next year. So we have 2 lovely co-hosts, and we are excited about having them. Heidi is the one who dyed all the yarn for us for our autism awareness. She sent over $70 to the Autism Speaks. I think Autism.
Oh no, she doesn't do Autism Speaks. She does Autism Society. I think.
Autism Society. So that was awesome.
Yes,
very generous of her. Okay. Do you have anything with baby hat news?
I don't. I need to make a delivery now that I'm pretty sure I'm over bronchitis. I think now I just have like the vestiges of either cold or allergies. I just changed out my allergy medicine. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that's going to help. So yeah. Now that I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be giving little babies awful horrible things, I can pass the hats on. I just was stalling because of that.
Now I'm not sure if the ones I made are going to be usable for the hospital. I might have to take those to the pregnancy center. You said that you don't do preemies. I mean, they're not, like NICU preemies. They're They're regular preemies. Like
They might.
they fit on Jimena.
That should be okay.
Because I don't want them to go to waste.
I'll ask the volunteer director when I hand them over.
All right.
But I think if they didn't have anything that fit, they would either put it in the hospital store, or they would send it on to the pregnancy center, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'll ask her.
We want to wish everybody in our group belated Happy Father's Day. Those of you who are dads or granddads or godfathers or whatever.
Yeah.
We hope you had a wonderful Father's Day. We had a blast. We took my husband out for steak. Talia bought the dinner for my husband, so that was really cool. He was really excited because he went out for steak. I think he said Friday he went out for steak, and then we took him out on Saturday for steak, and then he grilled steak on Sunday, and they had another going away on Monday today, so he went out for steak again.
I personally don't get why people like steak that much.
No, I can have once or twice.
I am not a red meat person, really.
No.
So I'm just sort of like, okay, I'm happy for you.
How many projects?
Hold on.
Ooh, oboe head. Head of oboes.
I have a sneeze that wants to come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're welcome, everybody counting.
10.
Okay, so you've
10.
a couple in a row.
See, I was nice. I didn't count.
Well, you count out loud last time.
That's not this time. I was
But
nice.
it was last time.
I was nice. Okay, my first one is, if I can find my bag, I think it's this bag. Yes. In my Knitting's My Bag, Sleepy Owl's bag, or Nighttime Owl bag, medium size, is my Yow's Away at 3, my Follow Your Dream. And I didn't get a whole lot of work done on this, but I got a little bit done. I was working on something else. Okay. So it's growing. I like the fact that it's worsted weight. It goes faster. This is kind of a DK worsted. This is kind of a DK worsted. You know, this is the Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein. So it's kind of a DK worsted. And the colors are showing up pretty well. You can see the blues and lavenders and purples. And I think this is going to be really pretty when it's done.
It is pretty.
And these are on size, I think these are size 9s. No, they're size 8s. Size 8 Chow Goose, a 32-inch cord. I love listening to people talk. I swear, we all know what we're talking about. We could say chai chais or goo goos or whatever it is, and they know what they are because everybody says chai goo differently. Chow
I don't
goose.
think I've heard any one person say it the same.
Yeah, I think it was Pam who was saying, I know how to say it, but I'm going to say it the way I want to say it.
Well, that's what we call chai goose.
Chai goos, yeah. Even though it's chow goo, I think. She said she actually went to a pronunciation site and got the pronunciation, then she says it the way she wants to anyway, which makes me happy. So this is that. I had, how many times do I have to do it together?
At least twice.
Twice, okay. All right, my next one, and the color of that yarn is the Grand Dream colorway, hence the name.
Sometimes we're oh so original.
In my Me, My Dog, and Some Yarn bag that I won from Heidi, and this is done by Kim, who's Black Horse Knit.
No, I think it's just Black Horse.
I think
the Black Horse and the Cherry Tree.
Yeah, I hope she gets settled soon because I miss her podcast, and I hope she's feeling better. I think someone said she wasn't feeling well.
Oh.
So Kim, I hope you're feeling better. I know I mentioned a lot of people, and I don't remember who they all are.
Early onset Alzheimer's. Just
put them on. Okay, this is Heidi Undead Yarns yarn. Oh, I'm in the middle of a row.
Are you much in the middle row? Can you do? Nope, you are definitely like
in the
smack dab in the middle of the row. Good job. Pulling a Lindsay.
Yes, pulling a Lindsay. Like she will know that we. Lindsay. I forgot what her RAV name is.
Oh, hold on. I used to know that.
Because the other one,
TARDIS Traveler's your sister.
Yeah. And Michelle was Knit a Little.
Blast. I almost said bugger, which is what they say.
Yeah. Michelle and... Oh, I just lost her name.
It was there and then ran away.
No, but what is TARDIS Traveler's name?
Oh, Catherine.
Okay, I can't remember Lindsay's for the life of me. But anyway, I missed them. But here, I've done some work on this, and I can't spread it out to show you, but...
If you guys would get on YouTube, it'd be easier for us to follow you. Because I know they do it on WordPress.
I don't know how much they're... I don't know if they're still recording. I missed them. Okay, this is... Although I have seen them on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay, here we
go. They tagged me on something recently on Facebook.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was our knitting outside.
No, it was something else.
There we go. That's coming up pretty true to color, too. Heidi did a really great job with this. There's lots of blues and pinks and purples and really pretty colors that aren't really my colors.
No, really your colors, yeah.
But I like them. I like this yarn. I had to have it. It sat there, and I'm like, okay, if it's still there, I'm going to pick it up. If it's still there, I'm going to pick it up. And finally I said, I'm buying it. I want it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I want it. So, I love this. And it's very, very soft. It's a Vampiri base.
Knitting Doink.
Knitting Doink, yes.
Sorry, I remembered Lindsay's name, Rav name. I knew it was something like that.
Okay. This is very, very, very soft. It's the Vampiri base. Heidi, I don't know. Is there nylon in this? I can't remember.
Do you not have the ball band?
I don't think so.
You are pulling a Dan.
Oh, yes. Dan. You might as well put K down, too.
Because we know we're going to talk about it.
My ball band went bye-bye.
It's probably in another bag.
Probably. So,
congregating with the other ball bands.
And I'm actually using the knitting needles on this. I'm actually using a fairly large. I'm using size 8s on this, which is, these are my knit picks, size 8s. And these are not my Caspians. My Caspians are something else. Okay. And I'm enjoying this. I'm just taking my time with it. I'm not really rushing any projects. The only time I kind of rush a project if I have tests to get out for Talia. Otherwise, I just take my time.
I need to pick up pace on my test I'm working on.
Your turn.
Okay.
I'll do another one after you do this.
This is the... Well, we were talking about Dan and Kay anyway. This is Kay's Fault Miter Square Blanket. And I'm using scrap, sport DK, and worsted weight yarns. And this isn't a pattern anywhere. This is based on her tutorial videos if you're a patron. Honestly, I thoroughly enjoy this blanket, and I would thoroughly advise checking out her patron videos for this.
And I might do that again, but I...
Oh, I am so sorry, guys. I had just the worst...
Oh, I like this.
Running nose.
This is pretty.
You dyed it.
I did?
Yeah.
I did. I should call that dragonfly.
I don't know what you called it.
I don't know what I called it, but it looks like dragonfly.
But you dyed it.
I have to see if I can find it, because it looks like a dragonfly to me.
Okay, it's actually the only square I worked on this week. I actually think I might have started during the podcast last week. This blanket did not get as much love as it should have.
It was kind of a rough weekend. We were in and out with Father's Day and stuff.
Well, yeah, because I had issues getting the podcast up on Monday night. Then I worked Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday... What's going on Friday? I had a hair appointment and some other thing. We went to see...
Commissary.
Yeah, we saw TMNT.
Oh, that's right. I went to Commissary on Thursday. We went to see TMNT too.
And we'll talk about that later.
Awesome.
But,
everything is awesome.
And then Saturday there was Father's Day and then worked Sunday. So I really didn't have a lot of time to do much of anything. But, yeah. This is...
I like that color. I have to figure out how I did that.
Yeah, it turned out really pretty. Mm-hmm. It's in my batch of stuff that you dyed, so I'm pretty sure you dyed it.
I'm sure I did. I have to figure it out. Looks like what I want to do.
So...
Because that would be really pretty in a shawl.
Yes, it would. But yeah, this got a little bit of love. Usually this gets worked on during the podcast or occasionally when I'm watching Star Trek.
Right. But,
yeah.
Moving on. Let me make sure I don't skip any. Move along. Nothing to see there. Okay. My next one is in this one here. My Mountain of Joy, as Valeria calls it.
I'm going to give Zyrtec until this box is finished. If it doesn't do anything, I'm going to switch back to Claritin.
You might want to talk to your doctor about another kind. That you may have to get something that's a little stronger. Okay, this is my newest baby hat. The last one I did was... Well, the first one I did was this one. This color with the variegated together. The second one I did was the yellow with the variegated. The one I'm doing now is this color with the variegated. This pink. And so this is how it's working out. It's hard to see because it's tangled up here. There. So you can see kind of,
It's a little bit early stages.
yeah, I'm going to have to show you. Try it this way.
I'm thinking of the Sarlacc.
Yeah.
You just need like a little Boba Fett in there.
Yeah.
And Lando Calrissian hanging off the
hanging
edge.
off of it. There we go.
This is a Sarlacc hat.
Where Han is getting ready to shoot him and Lando's like, you can't see! I thought you couldn't see!
I thought you were blind! That's the way he...
Yeah.
Which means we've watched the movie way too many
much.
times. Because I can hear Lando's exact tonation in my head.
So yeah, this is the newest hat coming, it's going to be going
The
out.
Sarlacc hat.
The Sarlacc hat. I'm going to have to find the spelling and call it that.
Sarlaac.
Better than the pink preemie hat.
Yes.
Okay, so that goes in here. And it's in my Kikiboo bag, medium size. Holiday owl bag that Tanya gave me. Much loved. Alright, so that's... Do I need to do one more?
Probably.
And then we're
Yeah.
even... Okay.
Even Steven?
Okay. The next one is in my Stitch by Mimi bag, which is... I love this bag. It's just... I love this bag. Perfect size for just about any project. This has my bonfire shawl in it. That's the sock knitted shawl pattern by K.F. Jones.
This one gets a lot of love from you.
I love this. I love this pattern. I'm using US 9 5mm circular chow goose, and Miss Bab Yowza was skein, and this is also in the middle of a road. Okay. That's the wrong side.
Yes, because this one
I don't want to lose my stitches.
has right and wrong sides.
Here. So you can see it's growing. I'm on the 3rd section out of 7. And I really enjoy this. If I feel like just doing one thing, I could just sit here and do this. Because it's just so relaxing. And I love it. And it works really well with this variegated yarn. And I'm looking forward to adding in the other color when the time comes.
Yeah, that'll be very nice on the edge. That's kind of the way I feel about mine, where I'm really enjoying it, but I really look forward to adding the color on the edge. Because I think it'll be cool.
So, that's that.
Oh, speaking of that shawl. Wait, you have 2 to go, though.
No.
Was this your second
This is
one?
my second one.
Okay, I can't remember. Speaking of that shawl, another K, what is it,
Another one of our obsessions.
yes. This is in my Silver Shed nurse's cap on a black field bag, with the disturbing telemetry within. This guy really should have his heart checked out. This is the Nightwing shawl, which is a sock knitter shawl by K.F. Jones. I'm using Miss Babs Yazawada skein in the colorways pewter and fountain pen. And this one's fountain pen. That's my edge. Actually, I need to stick it back in the bag.
Yeah, my edge is glad. It's red.
So,
Because we're totally doing each other's colors.
I made this my purse project the other day. So it's still in
It's
my
a big
purse.
purse project.
It is. But my other one was my purse project.
What other one?
My original sock knitter
But
shawl.
that one was
Finger weight.
finger weight.
Yeah, but... I'm sorry, guys. I'm so congested. There we go. This got some work on it. Done
It
on
shows
last
up really nice.
It does.
I was worried that would be too dark, but that looks really nice.
Well, this was sort of... I foresaw this pattern being very elegant in a plainish yarn. And it's exactly what I thought. It's very elegant.
See, I would love to do this in my TARDIS blue. That would be really pretty.
So...
Ooh, I have that too now.
Yes, you do. That is quite lovely.
Because apparently I don't have... 2 is not enough to have.
No, of course not. But yes, I am...
I need all the colors.
Of course.
All the colors.
I am loving this shawl. Well, remember Dad said the other day, don't you have a shawl in that color?
My husband was teasing me because I came down, I was wearing black and white, and I pulled this shawl out.
And it went beautifully with it.
Yeah, and he's like, what, you don't have a black shawl? No. I thought you had shawls for all the colors. I'm working on it.
Apparently,
Give me time.
your 2 shawls you own or 3 shawls you own is shawls in all the colors.
Yeah. Okay, my next one is my Under the Boardwalk shawl. I haven't worked on this one in a while. This is the Drea shawl by Craig Rosenfeld, and I'm using US 5 375 millimeter Chow Good red lace.
Oh yeah, I was using Chai-Goose for that
And
project and this one too.
I actually did several rows. It just doesn't grow really fast.
Well, it's fingering weight.
But I did work on this when I was out and about. No, wait a minute.
No, you didn't.
You
You brought it with you, but you didn't work on it.
I worked on this. I forget when I worked on this, but I worked on it this week sometime. It is growing.
You bumped me.
I did. I'm about maybe a little less than a third of the way through, which is funny because it doesn't seem like much. I think is that right? No, it's got to be less than that. About a fifth of the way through. I like the way it's working up. It's really pretty. This would be really pretty too if you put like a self-striping or something and just didn't change colors and then got a solid yarn. But I think maybe then it would pool.
I think it would.
I'm enjoying this a lot.
Or you would have thicker stripes and thinner stripes.
Which would be fine. It'd just be a different way of
doing
having it, having it done. It might be something to look into. So this is really pretty. I'm enjoying this very, very much. It's in my, what I call my Valeria bag that she gave me for my birthday last year. With all the fruits, and I used to keep my fruit bat in it. So, okay, it's your turn.
So,
Thank you, Valeria, for that.
in my...
Oh, and the Drea shawl is, of course, Melissa's fault.
Yes. In my, oopsie. That was exciting.
He's a bunny.
Yes, he is a bunny. Take a drink.
I did.
We were trying to explain the joke to the Plum Deluxe people, their Facebook group, because people were asking me what my mug said. And I was like, what says oops is a bunny? And I was like, I had to explain the joke and explaining it to people who don't
understand it. Who
Yeah.
weren't there. You know.
kind of had to been there.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like when you pick up something from a movie and the people haven't watched the movie. It's
Yeah.
just like, okay.
Hey, someone at work made a Game of Thrones reference.
Like,
And I had no idea what he was talking about. And he just looked at me like, oh, I forgot you don't watch Game of Thrones. They proceeded to try to convince me I needed to watch it. I told him I didn't need a new TV show. Not right now. Anyway. Paid in full. These are the Dance All Night Slouch Scott.
Scocks?
They're Scocks.
I don't know what I'm going to do with Scocks, but I'm getting Scocks.
I was going to say they're Scocks or Scots.
Scots? I don't need Scots.
I don't know what. Socks. Dance All Night Slouch Socks pattern by Erica Dukowski. Fiddle knits. Using Miss Babs Yazoo skein and the colorway Perfectly Reckless. And these are for Mom. This got a fair amount of
Meat?
I'm
I'm the one who's tired. I just want this to be noted.
I worked last night. This got worked on earlier in the week. A fair amount.
Pretty.
So as you can see, the leg is quite a bit longer. Yeah, Davina was asking me. I was explaining that I was on the gusset for one of my socks that you'll
Poor
see.
Davina, she'll never ask you a question again.
And so I explained to her what a gusset was. But to explain to her what a gusset was, I went through all the pieces and parts, and then I quizzed her later.
And she gets all...
Yeah, because she likes knowing the terms. So we'll see now if she does the same thing for the sock parts now, like she does for the DPNs. Because it really is without fail.
Yeah, every time you say DPS, just...
Double point needles. It's almost like a Pavlov's dog response.
Well, it reminds me of, what was it? The who's on first, someone's on second, and then finally gets the point where Bud Abbott will say something, or not Bud Abbott. Yeah, Bud Abbott will say something, and Costello will go, he'll say, I don't know, and I don't give a darn, or whatever it is. He jumps in with the response.
Yes.
And that's what Davina does when you do DPNs.
Yeah, it's without fail. She'll say double point needles. It's almost like a conditioned response.
Mm-hmm. And she gets a kick out of it.
Yes, she's really proud of herself for knowing the term and what it means. But this got a little bit of work done on it.
What's the bag?
This is a Silver Shed USA bag. And it's
Hawkeye.
my Avengers bag.
Okay.
Oh, and the needles are Chai-Gu DPNs. And this is an old Slip Stitch Studios bag. I've had this for DPN holder. I've had this one for years. It's back when she was doing a little bit of the shorter ones.
Yeah. I think my the bag that I put my fiberfill is Slip Stitch Studios.
Could be. I actually don't think I used to get. Well, no, I did used to get their bags. I got her Firefly bag.
Yeah, you got one, I think. Okay, let's see here. Where am I? Okay, my next project is my Journey with Friends project from the Spindrift Shawl pattern by Helen Stewart, and this is several people's fault. I won't go through all the names. And I got a little bit of work done on this. I'm using US 5 3.75 millimeter and US 6 4.0 Xiaogu red lace circulars and Cyborg Craft Room's Socklight yarn in the Aurora colorway. And is this the right bag?
I don't know.
No, this isn't the right bag. Where is my bag?
I did not assist you in choosing your bags.
Why did I pick up this bag?
I don't know.
This is not the right bag. Excuse me.
I thought you didn't want to get up.
I didn't. Let me see here.
We have a tendency to change our projects out of bags.
Yeah. Which is why I can never find what I'm looking for when I want it.
And I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
No, that's green. That's the wrong bag too. What did I do with it? What bag?
I don't know. Are you sure it's not already over here?
Pretty sure.
Do I need to put you on pause?
What did I do with it?
I don't know. I'm going to put you on pause.
And we're back.
So we're back. Mom found her bag.
I did. It was sitting right here where I put it.
I told her to look over there, and she's like, no, it can't possibly be
She
that
did
I
not.
prepared ahead of time.
She did not, in fact.
I did, in fact. It's on the record.
Not like that.
No, I was a lot more polite than that.
No.
The tea that I forgot the name of. Focus.
It's Focus? It's Focus Tea by Plum Deluxe.
Midnight Melange.
Melange.
Black tea by Plum Deluxe.
Yummy. Okay. I never look in here because this had, I think it had my, no, it didn't have my weight. It had one of my shawls that I finished in it, I think. It had something I finished in here, so I keep thinking that's what's in here. And this is my Plover Bird Wide Awake Owls bag, medium size.
Wide awake.
And I did a little bit of work on my Spindrift. I did about a couple rows this morning. Well,
It matches.
It does.
And it also matches the
Isn't
square
that
I'm
pretty?
making.
It does. Look how pretty. Oh, it keeps curling up on me. Because it's stockinette. But look at that. Ooh.
It is really
so pretty. The greens and the blues and the purples. Very dragonfly-y, dragon-y, whatever. Peacocky. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Just love it. And yes, it's coming along very slowly because that's the way I roll. Because I have Project ADD. But I love this. The yarn is wonderful. It's Cyborg Crafts Room, a Socklight yarn in the Aurora colorway, as I think I said earlier.
I was trying to explain to coworkers how I don't finish things very quickly because I work like 15 plus projects at the same time.
I do too. So it's just like, I just, I mean, I can focus on something and finish it occasionally.
It was very interesting, by the way, guys. I was trying to explain to a coworker the fact that I had a podcast today. And trying to explain to someone who is not a part of the knitting community what exactly this podcast is was very interesting.
You're going to spill that on your blanket.
It was very interesting because I was trying to describe it as, first of all, like a reality TV show. I'm like, well, that's not really quite it. And in the end,
Kind of, sort of.
I was like, maybe a better,
Ooh.
it's like, I was like, it's more like a knitting group
Yeah.
across the world.
Like a virtual knitting group. Sort of.
But she's like, I never heard of any such thing. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's pretty unique to the knitting community.
But, yeah, so this has got lots of blues and purples and greens, my colors. And I really like this. It's very pretty. And I did about 2 or 3 rows on this. And this is the Spindrift.
This tea is excellent.
Helen Stewart. Okay. And like I said, the needles are US 5 3.75 Xiaogu.
Or Chaigu.
Chaigu.
Okay, next project
Ploverbird bag.
is in my Silver Shed USA Froggies bag. When you see this bag, you guys generally know that there's a design in it. And there is a design in this one, a tutorial toy in progress. It's just taking a while. It's a big toy.
It is a big toy.
This is the Unipony, the second Unipony.
Sparkle.
Sparkle. This one's Martin, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's a sparkle pattern.
It's a sparkle pattern. This is Martin, the unicorn, unipony. Although he claims he's a unicorn, not a unipony.
And in that vein, and
I'm using undead yarn.
I can't show you this. This is Marigold Gen yarn, and this is my Knitting's My Bag, puzzle pieces bag for autism awareness a couple of years back. And it's my Cinna, which is Sparkle the Unipony. And it's taking forever because it is huge. But that's okay. I can show you the yarn. Whoops, I don't want to show you the one that's caked up. It's caught on my hook. This yarn, and this yarn. And that's all you're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty yarn. It's pretty. Both Marigold Gen.
Both not really your colors.
Nope. This yarn, I picked it up. I picked up two until I picked up two. It's called Heart of Gold. I have to put that on my thing. I couldn't find it. Heart of Gold collaboration for childhood.
I'm not actually
Cancer
sure that's
awareness.
the... Oh, it is named the yarn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's worsted weight, 100% merino wool.
Because Heart of
Superwash.
Gold's her writing, collaboration is my writing.
Yeah.
So I would say Heart of Gold is the name of the yarn.
Yeah. So this is for the children's cancer. You know, I think it was not last year, Shannon? No, it was last year?
Might have been the
2
year
years ago.
before.
So, yeah, because we had it, we had it in stash for a while, and when I told Ty I wanted to use mine, I said, I don't think I have enough. And she wasn't using it for hers, and she wasn't using it at all, so she said...
Yeah, I had set aside for socks, but I thought it'd be really cool in the unipony. So I was like, you seriously need to make a unipony out of it.
So, that's what I'm doing in here, and you can't see it. I'm sorry.
Don't stop asking her.
Stop asking me. Stop begging. No pleading. Nothing. Sorry.
She's got a heart of stone.
Heart of stone.
So.
Not a heart of gold?
Not a heart of gold. I have to remember which bag this is in. I think it's in this one. I'm starting to use some of my smaller bags. In my Silver Shed USA bookworm bag.
Yay.
From the Sierra the Bookworm kit that we did. What was it, 2 years ago?
No. Last year.
It was last year.
Mm-hmm.
I forget, I haven't been designing as long as I feel like I have.
Mm-hmm.
This is the tomato... These are the tomato garden socks.
I look at the Fish Lips Kiss heel. Because somebody was talking about the sweet tomato heel, which was one that Hottest Knitter used to like. Oh, Nicole.
I don't knit all those specialized heels that everyone likes. Give me a nice, simple heel flap.
I can't remember
heel
how she
turn
spells it.
gusset sock. That's my happy zone.
Because that tomato heel was the one that she really liked, and she always talked about.
I think a lot of those specialized heels are for toe-up socks or for afterthought, and I don't like either of those kinds. Just give me a nice, simple heel flap, heel turn, gusset sock. Okay, I am on the same.
I don't want to have to cut away my sock if I'm making it. I want to
Not all the afterthought heels do that. Some of them will have you put yarn on waist like you would.
Yeah,
for,
and that would be fine too.
I just don't like the way those kind of heels feel. I enjoy doing the gusset and the heel flap.
I want to learn how to do that. Kay, your tutorial sock, have you done that yet? Because I want to take a look at that and see if I'm going to do a sock. Is that on DPNs?
You can do them on.
Can I use the 9-inch circs? If I use 9-inch circs, do I have to use DPNs at the end? I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, you should. I don't know. I don't ever do. I only do DPNs. I used to do magic loop. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'll learn.
First sock has been done for a while.
Tomato socks. Paschetti sauce socks.
The yarn is Spunky Eclectic. I don't think I said what the pattern was. Christmas Hiking Socks by Bruce Weinstein.
It's a nice sock.
This was actually designed with guys in mind. So I have to make the small size for me. Spunky Eclectic, Tarjee Classic, in the colorway Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
That's a great colorway.
It is.
I need to see if she has a shop on Etsy because she has some neat stuff.
She gave me her shop information.
She gave it to me too, but I can't find the card.
I know where my bag is, so I'll pull the card. Because she has a couple yarns. I wanted to get Purple People Eater, and I also wanted to get the Iron Man colorway.
I had one that I really liked. I forget what it was called. It was all blues and greens and purples. I forget
She
what it was.
wrote it on your card.
I can't find my card.
But here's one sock finished. And actually, got quite a bit done on the second sock. Oh, and this is my...
Daddy asked me when I'm going to make socks.
This is my next generation DPN holder. I kind of wish they had the original series since we're watching that right now.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We finally picked up the box set of the
Next Generation.
So... And somebody had mentioned in one of the threads, I forget who it was, that they have the box set of Jeremy Brett's Sherlock Holmes, and I said I thought we did. I was right. My husband did get it for me for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I've already watched some of it. I love Sherlock Holmes. I love Poirot. I love all that stuff.
So I have done the heel turn for this. This one is working up differently. Mm-hmm. It's not pulling nearly as much.
Fraternal twins.
They're fraternal twins.
I mean, they're definitely they belong.
Oh,
to the
they
same
definitely
pair.
belong to the same pair. I prefer the pooling in this one. I just think it's more fun. But this, I still am enjoying knitting this one.
I'm not one of the knitters that they have to have everything exactly the same. If the stripes aren't exactly the same, it doesn't bother me as long as I can tell they go together. I'm not sure I can be like the socks that came made for Dan. That one was BB-8 and one was RTB2.
No, I don't think I could do that.
I couldn't do that. And I think it's great. It looks great, but I couldn't do it to wear. But I can do things that are definitely the same socks, but a little differently patterned.
Yeah,
that doesn't bother me.
So this one got a fair amount of love. It came with me when we were out for Father's Day and stuff. It's what I've been wanting to work on because I'm so close to having a pair of socks out of this. I'm on the foot. Sorry. So.
Okay. Are you done with that one?
I am done with that one.
Okay, let me see. I think this is now I think I want my Silver Shed USA extra large Star Wars
AT-AT.
Everybody says at.
Everybody is wrong.
No. Okay, this is my Shawl Society Talisman shawl by Helen Stewart, and I call it the Road Less Traveled. I didn't do a whole lot on this, but I did some. So I made a little bit of progress. Here's the front of it. And right now it looks a lot like the Spindrift. But it will change. And, as soon as I learn how to make the star stitch or whatever it's called, it will change. So I really like the way it's working up. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. And this yarn is from Hot Knit. If you want to find the Hot Knit yarns, you can see it. There's a banner under our threads for Hot Knit yarns. And she's well priced. The yarn is beautiful. She does a wonderful job. I was just amazed. I had been looking at this. I want to say I've been looking at this for years, and I just didn't know what I would do with it. But it's so pretty. Mm-hmm. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
Some of the colors made me think a little bit of her one that she did for histiocytosis. A little bit.
She didn't do histiocytosis.
Cyborg Craft Room?
No, this is Hot Knit.
Oh, Hot Knit. I apologize. It makes me think of Hot Knit's
well, histiocytosis is the other one.
Cyborg Craft. Yeah, but it makes me think of the colors for the histiocytosis.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's the colors Lauren chose.
Yeah.
But this is really a beautiful colorway, and she has some really nice colorways in her shop. So if you are interested in looking at Hot Knit, she does have a banner that leads to her Etsy shop. I believe it leads to her Etsy shop. So,
if not, we just lied to you.
We do that on occasion.
And by we, I mean she.
I can't find my
ball band.
Do I not have my... I might have to steal it from my other thing that I finished. Okay, my little thingy that Laura gave me and that you gave me. I have to get more of those. This is again US 6s. I graduated from the 5s. It takes a 5 and a 6.
She graduated.
Yes, and I'm they're Chow Gu red lace. I was going to say something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I love this. It's fun, and I have to get cracking on it and work on this.
Oh, someone on Instagram noticed that Mom and I knit differently. We do. Slightly different. She holds her yarn differently than I do. I think you actually grip your yarn a little bit more.
I have it over my hand.
It's not nearly as obvious on your finger as it is on mine.
I'd have to. I'm not knitting anything right now, so.
But we do knit slightly differently.
You can see it in the picture on Instagram.
Yeah.
We did knit in public, or I did.
I did too.
Yeah, we did. We knitted. Well, the picture's out in our backyard, but then we knitted in public on Knit in Public Day in Walmart's. We got some interesting looks.
I did it in Hobby Lobby, but they're
used to it in Hobby Lobby.
They're used to it in Hobby Lobby, even though I'm still probably one of the few people who walks up and down the aisles doing that. And then also in the bookstore.
Yeah, I guess I did in the bookstore as well.
It's no new thing for me to knit in public.
It's not for me either. I do it all the time.
I'm known as the knitting lady in
That's because you walk when you do it.
Yes, I do walk when I knit.
I tend to sit down while I'm doing it because I'm still not although I'm getting to the point now where certain projects I will hook my bag over and knit while I'm walking. So I'm getting better at that. I think it's your turn.
It is my turn. Next one. This one didn't get a whole lot of work. Let me put this up over here. Yes, this is Hopper.
I found who did that, and now I can't think of it.
Davina and I were trying to find what made this the Velveteen Rabbit bag, and the inside has a quote from the Velveteen Rabbit.
I can't remember. She does like all these fairy tale type things.
The quote is, hang on. There we go. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. When you are real, you don't mind being hurt. So, yeah, this is... I remember loving this book as a kid.
I'm sorry, my Kindle just went out. I had to... It went to screensaver or whatever, blacked out on me.
So this is my Velveteen Rabbit bag. And the project is the C is for cookie socks.
C is for cookie. That's good enough.
And I'm knitting the Not Just Boring Boot Socks by Corinne Walcher.
C is for cookie, and so is Corinne.
And I'm using Undead yarn in the werewolf base, and the colorway is Cookie Monster.
Cookie.
So, this got a little bit of work during Star Trek
pretty.
last night.
Very pretty.
And I'm using my DPN holders once again Slip Stitch Studios, one of their older ones. And I do love the way this yarn marks up. And it looks small, but it'll fit.
Very nice. I think that Anne is doing, like, she knits up things and she takes pictures and then does the bag fabric with it.
Oh, okay.
I think she's been doing that. I may be confused, but that's what I think she's been doing.
So
she has some really nice bags out.
Yes, she does. I try not to look there too often. I know. But yes, I'm really...
Because she has awesome bags. I'm like, I want that. I know I have a million bags. I want that one. So.
Yes, that's been a problem for me too. But yes, there we go. Although now I need to start looking at some of her smaller bags.
Yes.
Because I'm knitting more socks.
Yes, and I'm doing a lot more hats and things like that. And smaller, like one skein project.
And a lot of my smaller bags don't have the straps the way I like. So I need to start looking at hers.
I got rid of a lot of my small ones that I didn't care for. Mm-hmm. So I do have openings for like the small / medium size.
Yeah. But there's this one.
Okay. Next one is... this is my baby hat 3 to 18 months pattern because I'm creative that way. I don't have a name for it right now. And I'm using the Cindy Wood Crafts 41 peg half in between spaces loom. And I think Laura said this was for worsted waist. I was using Yarn Bee Soft Secret Solids, but I think that yarn is a light worsted, and it was just, I didn't like the fabric. Mm-hmm. So I pulled it out, and this is, I want to say this is Hobby Lobby, but it might be Red Heart.
It looks Aran weights.
It is Aran weight. This is Red Heart with Love. And this is an Aran weight.
To Red Heart with Love?
Yeah. Sister with Love. And so this is where I'm at with this. Because it's a little bit closer, I was having some difficulty where I was like skipping pegs, but I'm doing okay now. So I'm liking this. I think this is a 3 to 18 months. So I have to look in my book and see how long to make the hat before I start, binding off. So I like this. It's very nice. What I end up doing with this, because this doesn't pull out like some of the others do, this is where you're supposed to loop the yarn, is I've tied the yarn and then I untie it and pull it loose when I get to a certain point. And it's not a problem. It works just fine. But Laura very kindly wrote on the back here, baby hat 3 to 18 months, 1/2 inch, 41 peg, so I know exactly what I have. And this is in my Knitting's My Bag, Angel bag. It's her large sweater size bag. I have an eclectic mix of bags. I got Plover Bird and USA.
USA, huh?
USA. Silver Shed USA, which is my current favorite bag. I absolutely love her bags. Plus, bags that have been given to me, which is awesome. I love my stitched by Mimi and Christina's Mama C bags, and the one that Kenneth gave me.
Speaking of bags that have been given to you, I won this from Melissa of the Spicy Homemaker podcast.
Not the Spicy Mama podcast.
I had to stop myself.
I do every time. I have to stop myself.
These are the Cozy Hearth socks. And actually it's kind of a mixture of two patterns. The numbers come from the Not Just Boring Boots socks, but the pattern is the Three Chimneys pattern by K.F. Jones.
And you don't have to do any mathematics to make it fit the pattern evenly?
That's why I chose the boot socks, because it came out to the repeats that I needed for Kay's pattern, because I don't want to go into too much detail, but the repeats I needed for Kay's pattn matched the stitch count that I had for my size in the boot socks.
Oh, good. That works.
That's why I chose that pattern to be my base versus doing a worsted one, because the count wouldn't have worked.
Right. Oh, so this is not, what is this, fingering?
This is
Sport.
So I'm doing Three Chimneys by K.F. Jones. I'm using Undead yarn in the werewolf base. So I guess that's actually DK. In the colorway Phoenix Ember. And I think I spoke of it last time. I don't think I just started it last time.
You said that you
I had just started the pattern. I am quite a bit farther than that point. I think actually I have like 5 more rows before the gusset.
Oh, wow. Well, that's right. You're not doing as long a leg this time.
Yes. Well, in Kay's original pattern, I think her sock would have ended like right here.
Yeah.
She doesn't like that long of a leg because I'm using larger needles and a larger yarn. My leg's going to be longer, which I am perfectly cool with. I like not a super long leg, but I like a longer leg.
I like longer legs as well.
Because I've got long legs, and a lot of times, like in my scrub pants, which is where I usually like wearing these fun socks, because that's when you get to see them. I'm long-legged, and my scrub pants kind of can ride up a little bit.
Very nice.
So look at that pattern.
It looks almost like a basket weave.
It does. And I thought that the brickish coloring.
And this is Heidi's yarn?
Yes.
Heidi Undead yarn.
I thought the brickish coloring of this yarn would be very nice combined with this pattern.
And she recently had an update. She has this, or did, I'm not sure
and
if it's still
fingering
there,
weight.
Fingering weight. Oh, I love, she had a beautiful self-striping yarn up there that was in sport weight. Beautiful.
How many skeins?
2.
Is it still there?
I don't know.
So yeah.
Gorgeous, too.
This did get love. You said it's in sport weight? Is it on sale?
No.
Oh, it's gone.
I know, I bought it.
You did?
I did.
Oh. Well, why didn't you say that?
Because I wanted to see you look for it.
That was mean.
It's a beautiful colorway. I'll show it to you on my order form.
Okay.
It's
all gone.
It's like 274 yards each, so.
Did you want me to knit a pair of socks for you out of it?
I'm not sure. I might have. I was going to try a design, but maybe I'll have you do socks because I can do the design with the other thing.
Because I can knit you a pair of socks out of it.
You want to use the yarn. That's fine. That's fine. I get more socks. I'm happy. With sport weight. You can make these. Actually, I might have
no, you would want a plain one.
Yeah.
You would probably want the Not Just Boring Boot socks.
The ones, these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. This is the guy one. You want the blue one. The one with the C is for cookie.
Right.
Because otherwise anything else is going to overwhelm the...
It's an absolutely beautiful skein. They're 2 beautiful skeins, 274 yards each, and I wanted this. I wanted the yarn. I wanted it.
Yes, you want me to knit a pair of socks.
Apparently that's what I want with it. Okay, as long as I get the proceeds, I don't care. Okay, the next thing that we have. Oh, this was not on. You guys might have thought I was kidding. In my new how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop bag is Snowy, the owl. I told you I was going to do an owl. I did. I started my owl.
Oh, I think I took my Next Generation thing and put it in the bag. Okay.
So I've already got started on the eyes. Because this is no longer in testing, I can show you.
Oh yeah, it hasn't been testing for a while.
What's the other eye? There it is. So you can see that it's getting started. It is a snowy owl, and that's why the name is Snowy. I'm using...
It's the same color as the Tootsie Pop
I know.
owl.
You know, I noticed
You
that
should
after
call
I
him
started.
Tootsie.
Well, I might make the other one Tootsie.
Okay, because it's a white owl.
But see, this
But
is...
you had to do blue eyes
For Tootsie, yeah.
for Tootsie.
But this one, this is the yarn I'm using, and it's really... I told Mike, oh, I forget what I was going to do. I said, oh, maybe I'll make a shawl of this. He said, you got that for an owl. He was very offended. So I'm making the owl. And not that I wouldn't. Anyway, I wanted to make the owl out.
Mm-hmm.
It was just funny. And so the yellow is actually Talia's yarn. I'm going to give it back to her. It's Miss Babs, and that yellow that goes on and on and
Oh,
on.
that yellow's been used in so many different projects.
So I'll give that back to her after I'm done. I only need about, 10 yards or something?
Something like that. It's not that much.
So I'm having fun with that. I just have to be careful because I'm working on Cinna first. But
I have an owl that's in hibernation.
I love my owls. So, and this one, I have an idea where it's going already. But if I make Tootsie, I'll have to keep Tootsie.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because it goes with the bag.
Because it goes with the bag.
Oh, I forgot to show you. This was actually on my other socks, but then I stole my Star Trek one and put it in the other bag. So this is now with this pair of socks. These are the Cool Cats.
Mm-hmm.
This is a DPN holder
Slip
by
Stitch?
Silver Shed. Sorry, Slip Stitch Studios. So, Cool Cats.
Okay, do you have anything else?
No.
Do you have any FOs?
I do, but so do you.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I have 2.
I have one and it's been a while since I've had one.
Would you want me to go
Mm-hmm.
first? Okay, do you have to go in the middle? Okay. This is a no-brainer. So I was like, I don't have an FO. It is mostly yellow. This is held together neon yellow and that neon variegated that I showed you. So this is a hat to go to the pregnancy center or the hospital. And I've already taken a picture so you can have it. And it's in my bag that I got from... I love getting bags from my friends. I keep them. They're just...
Mine's still holding mini skates.
This was completely unexpected. This is from Laura,
Yes.
who is spinning Laura, and she gave me yarn. I mean, in fact, that yarn, I think I know what I want to use for it. I just have to write her a note and ask her if it'll go with Miss Babs. But she gave me this humongous hand-spun yarn. It's got to be like 540, 560 yards. It's a huge skein of yarn that I want to use for a shawl, and then I want to put, the border will be like Miss Babs or something. I have to ask her about that. Mm-hmm. And then she gave me this bag and a couple other things. So it was, we were at the, at Maryland Sheep and Wool. I hadn't even bought any yarn. I already had yarn in my bag. It was wonderful. She spoiled us rotten.
Yeah, we were actually in line to buy our first skeins of yarn.
And she gave it. It's just beautiful. Laura, it was so nice of you. So this is the bag that goes with it. All right, did you want to do your other one, or do you want me to do the second one as well?
What is?
I'm not going to tell you. It's not a toy. It's one of the other things I had on the needles.
Is it one of the things that you tend to show a lot?
Sort of, not really, kind of.
It's okay, I can go.
Oh, you want to wait for those? That's fine.
I've been working on it. It's been a long time since I have an FO.
All right, this is my my lazy sleepy gnomes is my Obi-Wan hat.
Oh, I didn't realize you finished it.
I finished it yesterday.
Does it fit well?
Yeah, it fits. Davina put it on for... I had trouble closing it up. I had to... It was very difficult on the 16 inches. It pulls through to close it up, but to get it to the point where you pull it through, it's very difficult. I think what I'm going to have to do is either go with the DPNs or get the 9-inch circs and see if that'll work. Mm-hmm. But I managed to get it off finally. And...
That looks really good, Mom.
I'm actually keeping it. I was going to give it away, but I put it on. I need a winter hat because the ones I crocheted will keep my head warm.
Oh, Mom, that looks really good.
My hat.
You should be proud of yourself.
I am proud of myself. I love this. This is Packing Knits design yarn in a kaleidoscope colorway. This is the worsted weight. Davina tried it on. It looks really cute on her too, but it's not hers. It's mine. I have to block it. It has not been blocked.
It doesn't need block.
But I don't have a decent winter hat that is handmade. Because all my crocheted hats, they're nice, but they don't cover my ears right. My ears get really cold. This, I'm putting it on right now. I can tell my ears are going to be warm.
Mm-hmm.
And I may have been able to put a little more slouch on it with my hair the way I put it up, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. So, I like it a lot. I mean, if I wanted to, with this hat, I could probably add a little more ribbing, maybe maybe an inch or two, and then add some more up here, and then I could fold it up if I wanted to. But I really like this hat, and if I can figure out how to make this closing up easier, I'm going to be making a lot more of these.
Now remember, she's got updates on that pattern.
I saw that, but she uses DPNs for that.
Okay.
I'm going to have to bite the bullet and learn how to do something, either DPNs.
Well, you got that class from Cassie.
I do. I have the class. Isn't that beautiful, the colors?
And sometimes you just need to have someone else explain it, because it took Mrs. Helm explaining DPN, just saying something about DPNs for it to click in my head.
Right. Well, I haven't tried anything. So, I love I'm trying to see if it'll show the got kind of like bumps. Bumps and ridges, for lack of a better term. Let me see. That shows up more clearly. But I really like this. So, yeah.
I believe it is a free pattern.
I think it is a free pattern, yes. By Susie Gorley, I think her name is.
Susan Gorley?
Susie Gorley.
Gorley.
I'm sorry if I didn't say it right. And this was US 7's Chow Gu 16-inch red lace. Mm-hmm. And this is Dan's fault. Thank you, Dan. I never would have started an actual hat that was not loom if you had not said something. So, he has enabled me to try something that I haven't tried.
And she'll probably make more of them.
I probably will. Once I figure out how to close it up, because it was really, really hard to get off the... it kind of started doing a magic loop on a 16-inch.
Right.
You know.
So I finished, and I probably should let her go last, but I finished my Flash Nightwing socks, Dance All Night slouch socks pattern by Erica Tchaikovsky, Fiddle Knits, Yarn Tree Superwash Merino DK, and the colorway Batman vs. Superman. So,
those are pretty.
2 socks finished, very happy with it.
Have to wear shades. You should put the autism awareness.
Yeah, but I can't get any prizes for it.
You can in the other groups.
So,
isn't that pretty?
Very happy. I'll probably wear them to work Tuesday or Wednesday. Nice and happy. Mm-hmm. And I know that it's in the middle. It's starting to go into summer.
It is.
It doesn't matter. It gets cold in the hospital.
Yeah.
And I usually am very happy to have a pair of nice warm socks while I'm there. So, not to mention, I probably should save it for Wednesday night, because Greg works with me, and he usually is hot. And
he puts the air
and there's only so much that he can take off before I'm like, okay, I'll turn down temperature. We're good. I'll put the sweater on. So.
Okay, so now what's next?
Royalties.
Okay. What do we have for royalties?
Do you have any royalties?
Well, the first thing I had, yeah, I do. The first thing I wanted to say, I can't show you. I got a digital copy of the book, The Maze Runner. It came down to like $1.99, and I love things like The Hunger Games. I watched The Maze Runner, the first one, so I picked it up to see if I liked the writing. I don't like books that have stuff in it, situations and language, so at least this one I got on the cheap, so to speak, and if I don't like it, I'm out $1.99 or $2, whatever it is. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Now I do have a few solid.
Yes, so do I.
Okay, what do you have?
Before I get to that, I did, one of my guilty pleasures that I don't put on my Goodreads simply because they're kind of stupid is I read Star Wars novels and Star Trek. I don't know.
Why do you care?
It pollutes my history book
You're
suggestions.
A snob.
I am a snob.
You're a snob. I don't care if people know.
So I picked up a couple of the Star Trek novels. This one's actually better written than some of them.
Snoot.
It kind of amused me because someone mistaken McCoy's constant questioning of orders as being that, I can use his fighting with the captain to do a mutiny. And he thought McCoy would actually go with the mutiny. And
He don't know McCoy too
No,
well.
he doesn't. And he was severely surprised when Bones turned it on him.
Yeah. Well, you got to know Bones to understand. I mean, yeah, it's just
He'll complain, but he won't mutiny. He'll
No.
just make a lot of noise.
he's all sound. What is it? He's all
All bark, no bite.
no. Sound of fury signifying nothing. Oh, what is it? It's Shakespeare. I can't remember the exact quote. Okay.
But yeah, so that aspect of this particular book is amusing me,
Mhm.
and it's candy for the brain. It's not even.
Not everything has to be, all about edification and stuff. Sometimes you just want to read to enjoy.
It's candy, and I always feel a little guilty when I finish
I don't
reading.
feel. I figure it's chocolate, and I like chocolate. Okay. What is next?
Chocolate covered Kirk, McCoy, and Spock.
What is next? How many do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. 1, 2. Okay, I only have 3. So.
Okay, let me go. I'll show these two together because they're kind of related. Okay, and I've been showing. I got this one from Slipstitch Studios, and I got this one from Slipstitch Studios. DPN holders. I love the little zipper she includes because when I'm working socks where they have multiple kinds of needles, like say you start off with one size for the cuff and then you move to another size for the leg, you can put your other DPNs, other size in here.
If you see me looking off, I was looking at the clock because my husband said he might be a
Clock's
little bit
here.
late. Yeah, I can't read that without my glasses. So I was just looking to see what time it was. I'm not zoning out.
She is so zoning out. Then from Packing Its Design, I picked up for a really good price
she's
her
well
Batman
priced
DPN holder. So, and there's himself.
Yes.
Need to pick up the base.
Yes, we do.
So there we go. This is a very nice size.
He has to get ready, though.
That's true. And there we go.
Yeah, the minute I saw that, I knew that was Taya's. So.
Very nice.
Now,
I just haven't had a chance to use it yet.
on the line of Packing Its Design, I got some stitch markers from Packing Its Design. She sent me 2 packets.
Yes,
of
I got the tea with mine too.
chai chocolate tea. I love chai chocolate tea. And she sent me. I was surprised because she sent me 2. I had 2 orders, and she sent both of them in the containers. Stitch markers. So I have 3 of
that's
these
fun.
containers with stitch markers in them. I love her stitch markers because they don't catch on things. They don't catch. She's got them put together so they don't catch my yarn. Because I'm really good I'm talented about catching the yarn in my stitch markers. So this is really good. I really love these. So that's this. How many do you have now?
I'll do these. I have one together and then 2 others.
Okay. I have 3 total. How many do you have?
1, 2. I count this one together, so 3.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and do yours?
So this one, I've been reading Eleanor of Aquitaine, and we're in the section about Thomas Becket. Actually, it's very close to when he's going to be murdered. And several sources don't seem to care for him too much. And in the Catholic Church, he's considered
A saint.
So I wanted to read something specifically on him. Because if you read the saint books, it's not very detailed.
Wait, and that, unless you get a biography.
Unless you get a biography. And I've had John Guy suggested to me multiple times by Dan, and then even before Dan mentioned him, a friend of mine from college mentioned John
Who's
Guy.
very much into this kind of
Who's
stuff.
very much into
He's
this
very
kind of
intellectual.
Yes, he is. He's my friend that I claim I got him together with one of my best friends. But and actually, I think James suggested this particular book, Thomas Becket, and it's Thomas Becket, Warrior, Priest, Rebel, by John Guy. So this is going to be my next book to read as soon as I finish Eleanor of Aquitaine, because every time I've read about him, it's been sort of a side note, off of someone else's story. And I feel like I need to read his story. And I've heard a lot of good things about John Guy. So I look forward to reading this. I think I also want to pick up his book on Thomas More for the same reason.
Right.
Although...
Because he's also considered a saint.
He's also considered a saint, although more people seem to dislike Thomas Becket than they do Thomas More.
I wonder why. That's strange.
That's why I want to read this.
Yeah.
He seems like he might have had... He was very politically motivated, at least in the beginning.
Thomas Becket?
Mm-hmm. Not More. So I want to read this, and this author's come highly recommended to me.
Okay, so how many do you have now? 2?
Mm-hmm.
2, okay. All right, my next one is Maureen. I was going to write you a thank you note, but I wanted to show on the podcast first. I won one of the prizes for Maureen's Podiversary. Maureen, who is Victorian Studio, the Victorian Studio podcast. Congratulations, Maureen, on your Podiversary. I just lost my... There. So she sent me... This is her own design. This is a zipper pull. And isn't it adorable? I just love it. It's got the little chain and the lobster clasp and a little snowflake. And if you've seen her podcast, you've seen her bag that has this design. And then she also sent me a set of stitch markers that she made. And I was hoping when I saw these that I'd get this because it's an owl.
Aww.
There's an owl on here. Don't tell me it's any other bird except an owl because that's an owl.
It's an owl. It really is.
It's an owl. And I can't get it to focus because it's just...
Well, it's so small. It's kind of focusing there, but it's not going to really show up very well.
So she's got me 6 stitch markers plus the owl center one, the Progress Keeper. And it's just adorable. I mean, it really is. I really like it. And Maureen, thank you so much for this, and congratulations again on your Podiversary.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see here.
I guess it's my turn?
Oh, she sent me this cute little tag here for watching. I think this is a bookmark.
I think it is. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Little. Oh, isn't that cute? She's so talented. Okay.
I went, when I got my haircut, there's a small used bookstore.
Used/new.
Yes, used/new bookstore in town. We have another used bookstore in town that's a little bit closer to our house. But
they've got under new management.
Since they got new management, their history section is
their book
awful.
section is horrible. They've become more of a pop culture kind of thing.
And it's a bit of a newer bookstore, even though it's just used. This one has been this bookstore's been around since we've been in.
Yeah, it's been here at least 20 years.
So usually they have a cat wandering around the place, and it just
friendliest cat you ever want to meet.
Yes. But their history section is very nice. What I'll do is I'll go there with my Goodreads on my phone, and I'll research the books before I pick them up. And one author I didn't pick up because they said, if you like Alison Ware, you're going to hate this guy. Mm-hmm. So I was like, maybe at some other point, but I really don't feel like reading that right now. This book, however, looked really interesting to me. This topic came up multiple times in the Black Death course I was taking with Great Courses. And this is The Great Fire of London in 1666, and this destroyed a lot of the records in London about how they dealt with the Black Death and things like that.
Probably helped to. Was that after the Black Death?
It was. Yeah. Well, it was after the last phase. It probably did help destroy
all the stuff
that caused Black Death. It probably killed a lot of the rats, and so it was probably a big part of them getting over it. But I really look forward to reading this. This got good reviews on Goodreads. The Great Fire of London in the Apocalyptic Year, 1666, by Neil Hansen. Never heard of the author. This is a little bit, still English history, but it's a little bit off my years that I've been tending to hit, which is medieval to Tudor. This is a little bit later for me. This is Charles, I believe, as king. I'm not as strong in this area. Mm-hmm. So I look forward to reading this.
Okay. Went to Hobby Lobby without intending to buy anything.
Well, we intended to get me a darning egg.
I
ended up having to get a darning egg online.
So I got 3 different colors of yarn for baby hats, or whatever hats. This one it looks like that when it's worked up. I like the fact that it showed you how it works up. It's kind of blurry, I apologize. And then this one, you can see it, Looks like it's the same almost. Oh no, it's got more orange in it.
Yeah, and
This
one's got a lighter blue.
And then this one has more green and blue in it. So I've got those 3 different colors. That one showed up really well. And these are, I love this chunky. So I'm hoping that I have enough. This has 109 yards. So I think I can do an infant hat, maybe. I don't know if I can do a child's hat, but I think I can do an infant hat as opposed to a preemie. I'm not sure how much yarn these hats take, but I like the fact that they pattern. So that's going to be fun to work with. Your turn?
Yes. And this is last for me. Well, I wasn't able to find my darning egg at Hobby Lobby, but Davina expressed an interest in socks at one point. But because she's not very... Anything like socks that she's going to throw in the wash, she's not going to be careful about how she washes them. So I can't make it out of nicer yarn for her because she's going to throw it in the dryer and stuff.
Right. I mean, she wants to care for it, but it's just easier for her to...
Yeah, she's going to forget.
Yeah.
So there are some fun colors in the Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, neons. So
I mean, we checked out and we said, there's like 12 pairs of socks there or something.
Yeah.
And that if you go strictly with what she likes.
Yeah. And eventually I might move into the super washes because I do wash mine in the washer, but undelicate. Where that's how I wash all my stuff. And I'm debating whether or not to continue drying mine in the dryer or to hang them. Thing is, I don't think she'd remember to separate her socks to hang them if she decided to go that route.
It depends. She might do what she does with. She has something that she washes. I tell her put a pillowcase. So if she knows that her handmade socks have to go in a pillowcase, then she'll be okay. She'll remember to hang them. But and then there's always the opportunity that I might dye some yarn for you. For that. So yeah.
There we go. That is some yarn for socks for her. And she expressed love of it.
She doesn't know that. This particular yarn is strictly Kay's fault. Kay Jones. Yes, you, Kay. Your fault.
K.F. Jones.
K.F. Jones, a bakery bears
fame.
infamy. This is... She had some beautiful yarn, but I didn't want to spend that much money for it. For the yardage. It wasn't expensive. It didn't have as much yardage as this. This is... I love this yarn. I'm trying to see what it's called. It's just I love this yarn. But it's kind of like a... I don't know if it's marled. I don't know what you call that. But it looks like this. And she's doing that 10-stitch blanket. I didn't want to do necessarily the mitered square. I might go back to that. But this is more like a log cabin that it looks like she's doing. And so they only had 4 skeins of this. So I picked up all 4. I figure if I don't like the blanket, because I always tend to peter out with squares, I can take it out and do hats. They all look different, but they're all the same colorway. And so I'm looking forward to doing this. She's going to start, for the Patreons, a tutorial for this 10-stitch square blanket, whatever it's called. And I want to try that. Really?
Do you need to pause?
Excuse me.
Pause. Okay. Sorry about that.
It was... Yeah. Never mind. Sue, this is the tape I was telling you about, Family Diva. This is highlighting tape. I only have one of the 2 that came in that my husband ordered for me. I'm going to try using this to keep me on lines, and I can move it down as I go, because I tend to skip lines. So I got this off of Amazon, and I sent Sue the link. Actually, I put it in the thread. So in the last, I think it was the last thread, I was talking to Sue about it. So if you're interested in this kind of tape, there are several different kinds. Actually, more than I saw when I first did the search. So if you're interested in this, you can find it on that link. It's on an Amazon link. So that takes you directly to the page where I had the search. That's all I have for that. Do you have any more FOs? I mean, not FOs.
Only other news I can think of is to let people know that the 25th is the end of the Biddy test. Biddy will be released on midnight on the 25th. So
midnight leading into the 26th, or midnight leading
into
the
the 25th.
leading into the 25th.
Yes.
So actually, okay, gotcha.
It is released on the 25th.
Okay.
And that's the way I've always done it. I'll give you a date, but I mean midnight on that day. You don't have the whole day. You have till midnight on that day.
Right.
So if you have completed the test and need to put up your project page, please do so. If you're working on it and just sort of want to give me your input, please do so. You have till the 25th, and then it's going up.
That's 5 days.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. It's a little toy.
So just wanted to give people a heads up. Most of y'all are finished, but
and we know that there's one person who's having difficulty right now. We understand that.
yes, definitely.
Don't feel stressed.
No.
You know who you are. Don't
Uh-huh.
fil stressed. You take your time.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that person knows who she is. Okay. Okay. Author obsessions. We kind of already did. I did do some writing. Just to the story that I'm writing with Ty, but it's not I don't have the shared story. I'm just doing an offshoot.
With everything that's been going on, the same reason I haven't been on Ravelry, I haven't been writing either.
And I started prompting again for the Percolator, which is my writing group, the only one I'm active on right now. I started prompting again for this week, so that was fun. And I'm reading The Return of Father Brown. I'm already about halfway through that. It's not obviously G.K. Chesterton material, but he's doing well. It's a quick read. And I'm enjoying it.
And I already told you guys where I was at in Eleanor of Aquitaine when I was talking about Beckett. So
okay. So do you have anything else?
Nope.
Okay, we want to thank. Okay, I already thanked Heidi. Oh, Heidi. There was something I wanted to thank her. She did something. I think she did a WordPress comment. Heidi Butterfield. Packing it. So I thank you for that, and Laura for suggesting.
Did I get notifications for that?
And Laura Concert, we already thanked her for sending Pam to our way. Want to thank Londy's Handmade Crochet, PJ Matilda, Deep Martin, and Victorian Studio for their YouTube comments, and for anyone else who's commented that we might have missed, either here or in the group. We do want to encourage you to keep putting things into the the autism awareness, and into to start thinking about what you're doing for the cardiac read-along. And I think that's about it, right?
I think it is. I think we can call this a close.
We want to wish you a very wonderful, blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, dyeing, spinning, whatever it is you like to do. And we hope to see you. Is it going to be Monday again?
It should be Monday again.
We hope to see you again here next week on Monday, here in the PHN Foon Woman Cave. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles Podcast, episode 212, and that's a wrap.